Mapping the world through words. Words are more than sounds or symbols. They are maps, guiding us through trade, culture, science, and memory. From cuneiform tablets to digital code, humanity has been mapping the world through words. Number 1. Cuneiform, the first writing, circa 3200 BCE. More than 5,000 years ago, in ancient Mesopotamia, people began carving wedge-shaped impressions into clay tablets. This system, cuneiform, was the world's first writing. At first, it was practical, keeping track of grain, trade, and taxes. But soon, it mapped something greater: myths, laws, and histories. Humanity had found a way to preserve memory beyond the limits of the human voice. Key points. Invented in Mesopotamia. Began as accounting marks for trade and grain. Expanded to record myths, laws, Code of Hammurabi, and epic tales, Epic of Gilgamesh. Cuneiform transformed clay into a storage device for human memory. Number 2. Hieroglyphs and Egyptian records, circa 3100 BCE. Farther west, the Egyptians covered temples and papyrus scrolls with hieroglyphs, pictures that told stories of gods, kings, and the afterlife. Writing here was more than communication. It was sacred, a bridge between the mortal and the divine. Through words, Egypt mapped the heavens as much as the earth. Key points. Used for religion, politics, and daily life. Written on stone, tombs, and papyrus. Seen as sacred, the words of the gods. Hieroglyphs mapped the divine and earthly order of Egyptian civilization. Number 3. Alphabetic breakthrough, 1500 to 1000 BCE. The Greeks and Romans expanded the reach of writing. They recorded philosophy, science, politics, and drama. Libraries in Alexandria and Pergamon became treasure houses of knowledge, where words were collected to map entire civilizations. The alphabet simplified writing, spreading literacy and paving the way for ideas to travel faster than ever before. Key points. The Phoenicians created the first alphabet, 22 characters for sounds. Advantage. Much simpler than memorizing hundreds of symbols. Spread, adopted by Greeks, added vowels, then Romans, then Latin alphabet. Impact, lowered the barrier to literacy, easier for merchants, citizens, and scholars. The alphabet democratized writing. It turned the map of words into something anyone could learn, not just priests or scribes. Number 4. Asia's knowledge systems. In China, characters evolved not just as symbols but as reflections of culture, art, and philosophy. Calligraphy itself became a map of beauty. In India, Sanskrit texts encoded mathematics, medicine, and spiritual wisdom. Across Asia, scripts became the compass of culture, guiding generations through knowledge and tradition. Key points. China, characters used for 3,000 plus years, preserved philosophy, medicine, bureaucracy. India, Sanskrit texts stored religious, mathematical, and scientific knowledge. Calligraphy, writing as art, reflecting culture and identity. In Asia, writing wasn't just practical, it was cultural DNA. Number 5. Medieval knowledge networks. In medieval Europe, monks in candlelit scriptoria copied sacred texts by hand, ensuring the survival of knowledge through centuries of war and chaos. Meanwhile, Islamic scholars in Baghdad's House of Wisdom translated and preserved Greek and Persian works, mapping a global network of science, philosophy, and literature. Key points. Europe, monks copied manuscripts in scriptoria. Islamic world, Baghdad's House of Wisdom translated and preserved Greek, Persian, and Indian works. A knowledge flowed across regions, building a global intellectual map. Through careful copying and translation, words survived wars and shaped civilizations. Number 6. The Printing Revolution, 15th century. Then came a turning point, the 15th century invention of the printing press. Words could now be multiplied, scattered, and shared on a massive scale. Ideas traveled faster than armies, fueling revolutions, religions, and the birth of modern science. For the first time, the map of words was truly global. Key points. Gutenberg Press, circa 1450, mass production of books. Literacy spread beyond elites. Fueled Renaissance, Reformation, scientific revolution. For the first time, ideas moved faster than armies, transforming Europe and the world. Number 7. Global spread of languages, 16th to 19th century. Exploration, trade, and empire spread languages across continents. Dictionaries, grammars, and translations sought to catalog the world's tongues. Words became tools of power, but also bridges of connection. As languages met and mingled, they reshaped the global map of human communication. Key points. Colonialism spread European languages worldwide. Dictionaries and grammars cataloged local tongues. Translation enabled cultural exchange but also domination. Languages became both tools of empire and bridges of global connection. Number 8. Digital Age. Code as the new script. Exploration, trade, and empire spread languages across continents. Dictionaries, grammars, and translations sought to catalog the world's tongues. Words became tools of power, but also bridges of connection. As languages met and mingled, they reshaped the global map of human communication. Key points. Modern writing to binary code, zeros and ones. Data stored in global digital libraries. Search engines, AI, and the Internet are world's largest knowledge map. Just as cuneiform recorded trade, code records the flow of information across the globe. From clay to cloud, writing has been more than words. It has been our greatest invention for mapping thought, culture, and identity across time. And as we continue to write, print, and code, we are still charting the same map, the story of us.